Ready, Sam?
We should do a sync first.
Oh,
does
yeah.
Does this actually help you? I just say
No.
that. No, they don't.
Well, I think the reason why is because there's such a delay between, like, you and me and everybody that when I record it, it's never at the same time anyways, and so then I just get confused. Honestly, I just kind of guess.
Okay.
Because we can't, in practice, we can't clap, or, like, we can't make a noise at the same time.
I'm sorry I've been pushing it then for these episodes.
No, you're fine. It's fine. It led to some funny clips, so it's fine.
Okay.
Do you want to lead the charge on this intro, Sam?
Did I do it last time?
I don't think you did. I can check if you want.
How about you just do it?
Okay, I can do it.
I'll do it next time.
Alright. Okay. Hey everybody, my name is Parker, and welcome to Being Dead Rots.
My name is Sam.
And we have a special guest here tonight, who is a horror YouTuber and also does some really cool art. Introduce yourself if you'd like.
Hi, my name is FleshWad, horror YouTuber.
Woo! Woo!
Where can people find you? Or are we doing that till the
Yeah.
end?
Oh. Well, we can do it now.
You can find me on social media at FleshWadYT on pretty much everything, and then just FleshWad on YouTube.
Hell yeah! I gotta turn the feed. And you can find me at Parkster00.
And you can find me in a cave in Virginia. Nah, you can at Comic Nerd Sam. Usually, a lot of my social media is just Comic Nerd Sam.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm sorry if my mom comes in during this and says goodnight. I'll try to do.
No, you're fine.
That's cute.
Your mom is technically like a secondary character in our podcast so far because I think she's cameoed. Well, you've talked about her in every episode, I think, or like said goodnight in every episode. I think so. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I'm expecting it in this episode. It's a tradition. We have to keep doing it.
Okay. I guess that's my trademark now.
So,
talking about my mom.
Trademark. That and the potato. That and the potato.
What was?
Which will be by your head again.
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
You said "handle me a potato" last episode.
Yeah. I was trying to say.
Sam was. Me and Sam were going back and forth about like comics and stuff, and then she said "handle me the potato" instead of "hand me the baton," and so
oh my God.
we're gonna reference a potato when we talk about going around and talking about stuff. So
that's funny.
So
just,
and then I edited a potato next to her head.
Okay.
Yes. Which I will be doing again in this episode.
Make it a hot potato. Have steam.
What do I add? Little bits of steam.
What's something that I could tell you to put in that would be the most annoying?
Oh, anything.
Put in like a nice. Here, have me eating the potato, and then there's a bite mark, and there's like a particle effect of all the crumbs of the potato falling. Don't do that.
Okay, I'll probably just have a little bit of text that says "fuck you,
Don't,
Sam."
yeah,
over the potato is probably what I'll end up doing.
I don't want you to actually put in all that much work.
I don't think I could do it personally.
I have no idea how you'd make a particle effect.
I don't know either. I don't know any. If it looks like I know what I'm doing editing wise, I don't. That's the end of the sentence. So yeah, today we're talking about a very special movie. If you want to, who wants to talk? Introduce it. I mean, I can. I just want to give everybody an opportunity to speak if they want.
You can go ahead. I don't want to say anything wrong.
Okay. No, you're fine. There's very rarely a time where you'll say anything wrong. I don't think.
This whole
unless you say like a different movie or something. I don't.
This whole thing is pretty much stream of consciousness already.
Yeah. I mean, people have to expect that at this point. So this movie was called Host. It is a Shudder exclusive. So if you don't have Shudder, sucks to be you, buddy. It's It's actually a very short movie. What's the runtime on that?
Like 56
I should have looked
minutes,
this up.
I think.
Yeah, like 56 minutes.
It's short.
Under an hour.
Host.
I was surprised.
IMDb.
I was too.
I guess.
But I think it worked.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Extremely well.
I think I don't know. I think like the issue people had with like Unfriended and stuff like that was how long that movie went on for and how it just kept getting worse as time went on. But this movie ended right where it needed to. Yeah, 57 minutes. You were 1 minute off, Sam. You're off the show. Sorry.
Edit me out. Edit me out.
Edit that out.
I'm editing you out of the whole episode. I'm gonna have your Zoom screen go out,
it's just the
or
potato
just have
now.
the loop.
It's
just the potato.
The potato is your co-host now.
What? Okay, so we'll start with FleshWad since she is the special guest.
Yes.
Flesh, what did you think of the movie?
I really liked it. I think the idea of like, because there's a lot of movies where they have a seance, but the idea of it being like over a Zoom call, that's pretty insane. And I really liked how it's just like perfect for the times with COVID and everything. Like it felt like that could be something that really does happen. I really enjoyed it. There were some scenes where I like gasped, like I did not expect what was gonna happen.
I wasn't expecting this movie to be so like violent.
Yeah,
I was surprised. I was like, I guess going into it, I was pretty used to how Unfriended approached things, and like they didn't show everything, and then they showed the gory parts that weren't really that like well put together. Not Unfriended 2. I love you, Unfriended 2. And then they would just like cut to everybody's reactions, and they would be kind of underwhelming. But this movie like did not care.
I haven't seen Unfriended.
They just.
Is it?
Unfriended is similar to this. It's a little bit longer. The first one is not as good. It's a similar like ghost haunting everybody kind of thing.
Okay.
The second one I won't spoil. Oh yeah, it's a Unfriended 1 was bad. Everybody agreed it was really bad. Unfriended 2 is really good. This movie is pretty good also. I don't know. It just, like I said, it wasn't. It didn't try to do something. It wasn't trying to be something it wasn't. Like it was a short horror movie about people on Zoom. It didn't try to like give everybody a backstory, and it didn't try to make everybody a star. Like it just everybody was a two-dimensional character, but it worked. Like it wasn't. We weren't meant to go back in their backstories or anything.
Yeah, and they like the acting too. It wasn't like phenomenal, but it was perfect for the movie.
It was right where it needed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it felt like I was just sitting in a Zoom call watching everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
It did. Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good point. It didn't feel like they were trying to overact. It just felt like a conversation.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I know the movie was done in one take. At least that's what they claim. And I also know. What's that?
There were moments in the movie where I was just like, oh, I guess that's a cut. But
is it? Yeah. So Unfriended and Host suffer a similar like marketing problem where they both kind of claim. I guess Host never claimed it, but they both kind of insinuate that they're done in one shot, but in reality it's several one shots, and then they kind of cut them up. So they'll do the entire movie the full way through, and then they'll like do a couple takes of that, and then cut in the best parts.
Okay.
Yeah, at least that's how. What's that? That's how Unfriended did it. I don't know if Host did the same. I do know, however, that Host in their marketing claimed that the entire movie was filmed entirely through Zoom.
Just like.
Oh, for real.
Like entirely. Yeah. There's no like insert shots or anything. It's always a possibility. I'm not gonna like stand on a soapbox and try to defend it. That's just what they market. They just market that the entire thing was filmed through Zoom. And I mean, I couldn't. I'm sure there's a couple like the shots where people are flying through the air and stuff. I'm sure that stuff was put in afterwards, or even if they just like pulled a green screen kind of thing, like they were talking about earlier, and just did that. They could technically cheat and say that was. But
either way, like that's still impressive for mainly using Zoom.
There are definitely things
Yes.
where they added in things post.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, some scenes I was like, how did they? Because I feel like when it's grainy and gritty like that, it's really hard to make it look good. But like they did,
Right.
Yeah.
it looked good to me.
I think it worked. I think I don't know. What did I think? What did you think, to be more specific, Sam?
I thought I was going in just expecting kind of like, I've heard about Shudder original horror movies before. They usually get like very mixed kind of things. Like fans of Shudder give them a bunch of praise, and then people who don't really like Shudder all that much kind of shit on them. So I was kind of expecting something like midway for me. I actually really did like it. Like it put some shivers down my back in a few moments.
Well, like Flesh was saying, this was a good time to release it.
Yeah.
And it was a good premise on its own. Like, it didn't try to force it down your throat that, like, they were teens or they were relatable or whatever. Like, it was adults who all just knew each other and did a, like, weekly or monthly hangout and just have to do it on Zoom now.
And there's also, there's a good, like, kind of visual gag, too, where, I guess, should you put, like, a spoiler alert? 'Cause this is fairly recent.
I mean, we always say there's spoilers. I mean, we technically... Yeah, we'll just say it. There's spoilers.
Where,
all right.
Gemma has decided she's just done with the shit and she's going out.
You remember the names?
Yeah.
I watched it, like, a few hours ago. And she puts on her mask as she's running away from a demon.
Look, she's trying to be responsible, Sam, okay?
Yeah, it's good etiquette.
I think I even looked over to my sister. I was like, see, even when she's being chased by a demon, she has the decency to put her mask on. Why can't other people
I did think that was
like
really weird too. Like when she went to meet with the friend and they touched elbows, I was like, there's a demon like chasing you and they're still thinking that. Like,
yeah. I think
it's pretty funny.
I think towards the end it kind of...
I did think that was funny.
It kind of started falling apart with the premise.
Yeah. Well, I think where their issue was they kept... I mean, they are allowed to do whatever they want, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think at the end they kept the characters alive a little too long. Like that, I don't know, just them regrouping and whatever kind of dragged it out a little bit. But I mean, again, it's only like a short 50 minutes. So I can't get mad at them too hard for doing some extra stuff at the end. But
yeah,
it's a fun, spooky horror movie.
Yeah.
It's not claiming to be a masterwork. It's claiming to be a good experience. And it was.
Did you watch the trailer before? I did not. I didn't watch the trailer.
I did actually watch the trailer. That's how I found out about it, at least. And I think I told Sam before we even thought of doing an episode on it. I was like, we have to watch this together or something. And then and then I watched it, and then I was like, Sam, we have to do an episode on this.
Did we just forget to watch it together after you said that?
No, I think you had just said you were busy getting ready for college.
Did I?
And which is fine. Like, I don't know. I'm not. I don't have the DMs in front of me right now.
I don't usually like watching.
I'm not going through our messages to find out.
I don't usually like watching trailers before movies because I prefer to go in it like not having a preconceived like notion about what's gonna happen.
I've learned to not read reviews, or at least unless it's like been months ahead of, like, I don't know. If the movie's out, I'm not going to watch the trailer ahead of time.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's an announcement trailer or something, obviously I'll watch it. But trailers have gotten too long nowadays, and they put too much information in it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, sometimes even like, so a recent example, what was that movie? Is it Hide and Seek? Is that the horror movie that everybody really liked?
Oh, are you talking about Ready or Not?
Ready or Not, I'm sorry. Ready or Not had, I don't know, they just had like most of the movie in that trailer, like at least most of the plot points. And I was just like, why would you show all this right now?
I didn't watch it.
Like, just show the premise of her being hunted down, and then don't show anything else.
I didn't
either, but I saw the trailer, and I might as well have watched it.
Yeah, well, I didn't watch the trailer, so I'm pure. I can go to that movie not knowing anything.
There you go.
Yeah,
it's like not watching a Let's Play. It's like not watching a Let's Play because you're like, eventually I'm going to play this game.
Did you just say it's like a Let's Play?
No, I said it's like avoiding watching a Let's Play because you want to play whatever game. Yes.
I thought you were insinuating that movie
trailers are exactly like the Let's Plays.
They were
Sam.
movie Let's
exactly
Plays.
Like them. Trailers are the Let's Play of movies. Okay.
That's commentary tracks, actually.
Yeah, it tracks. So I have a bit of movie trivia here, but if anyone else wants to like read a couple of these, feel free. I read them every time, so. There's actually not a lot of trivia about this movie. Do you want me to read it?
I have a question first off for both of you.
Yes.
That guy Terry, was his name Terry? The bearded guy?
Teddy.
Teddy.
Yeah, the bearded guy.
Did you both also think that he was just very annoying?
Yeah.
He wasn't trying to be. I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
He wasn't even involved, and he got.
Even before shit
he was
hit
a
the
little
fan.
annoying, but I was more annoyed with his wife, who just decided to come in and start screwing around while they're trying to be serious.
Well, she didn't know what was going on.
I do think
they didn't like her already, and then she was just being more rude.
Yeah.
Right. I think they had talked about her a little bit. If I'm being honest, it was hard to understand everybody because they're British. No offense, British people.
They're all going to hell.
But I don't think it had captions. I know. I don't think it had captions at the time, and so I had no idea what they were saying sometimes.
Host is actually a movie about what happens to British people, ultimately.
Right. Exactly.
That's a joke.
I think I even said out loud, I was like, oh man, they're British.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting them to have accents either.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Except the main character, kind of Haley. She didn't really. She had an American accent.
Well, before I do the trivia, I did want to say, I thought it was a good way to get them to the point of the movie by saying that every month or whatever it was, whoever is hosting has to come up with like a theme or an activity or something.
Oh, I missed that part.
And I thought it put everything in the realm. Yeah. So I think at the beginning, it was like the very beginning, and it's hard to hear them through the British accent. But basically, they were like, they do this friend hangout on Zoom every month or every week. I don't know. It's one of the two. And whoever is hosting has to come up with either like a theme or activity or something like that. And so whoever the girl who was hosting that time picked like to do a seance, and that's what the rest of that movie was.
That actually makes sense because some of them are like, I don't like, do we have to do this? I don't want to be here. And I was like, why would they even come if they didn't want to do that? But that makes sense.
It does.
That she just
it's a cool way to put it in like the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
Without having to stretch your. I always forget what it is. A sense of disbelief, is that what it is? I don't know. Whatever.
Suspension of disbelief.
What's that?
Suspension of disbelief.
There we go. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I can read a little bit of trivia if you guys want.
Hell yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so, by the way, this is brought to you by IMDb.com. I'm not sponsored by them, but I figured I'd tell you guys. So this says, although scripted, the cast was allowed to improvise. For instance, the moment when Haley sneezes and the cast reacts to it was not planned. It does seem like, from what I'm reading and what I saw in the movie, a lot of it was done on like the first take, almost.
Mm-hmm. I do remember that scene, and I thought it was weird the way they reacted. Like, it was a delayed reaction. You know, you say bless you as soon as someone sneezes, and it was delayed a little bit. I did think that was weird. That's funny.
Yeah, it felt more natural for that than some of the other scares.
Yeah.
I do think it's really funny. I don't know if you guys or you gals remember this, but there's a scene where who is it? One of them, like, their candle blows out or something, and she, like, falls on the floor all the way back to the doorway, and she literally sits in that doorway for like a straight 5 minutes or something. I don't. She just kept sitting there. And I was like, get up.
Oh, I think when the glass broke, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what that was. Yeah, I remember. It's still like, why are you still on the floor?
Because she was scared.
If there's a ghost in the house,
at the end she
the
got
sitting
her
on the floor is not
blankie.
going to help you.
At the end, she got
That's
under
true.
her blankie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she sat under her blanket that whole movie.
I know. I was thinking that.
Oh,
too.
okay.
Like, get out of there.
Okay. If you two were being possessed by a demon, we'd all be under our blankies right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, fair. I could sit here all day and be like, nah, I'd punch that ghost in the fucking face, but most likely I'd be
If I
peeing my pants
saw
in my
the
bed.
It
It's
Clown,
probably
I would kick him in the groin.
Bro, if I saw a ghost in my house, I would put it in a headlock. Okay, let's be real.
I would throw it down the garbage disposal and flip that switch.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, ghosts, am I right?
That's the whole reason I want to watch Unfriended is for the blender scene.
We don't talk about the blender scene.
It looks so funny.
We gotta make sure it's in shot. We gotta make sure it's in shot. Every shot of the movie. Hey guys, do you see as a blender? I wonder what's gonna happen with that. I don't think the blades are strong enough to chop your arm up like that. I think it would give you a lot of cuts, but it wouldn't mince your arm. Scene doesn't make any sense.
Have you done it?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Doesn't make sense, Sam. I don't think
Parker,
I don't think a cheap blender.
You don't knock it till you try it.
Have you seen that video that shows up on everybody's recommended where it's like, can a car window break a finger? Just have that guy make another. There's a YouTube video where a guy makes like
he uses,
it's a realistic finger, like he makes like a mold of a finger and puts a bone in it, and basically is like, can a window closing on a finger break your finger? Which I guess it's supposedly can. But he like made a mold out of, I don't think it was gelatin, it was something like that. But just have him do a whole hand and shove it in a blender and see if it works. I don't know where I was going with that. I was hoping something funny would have come out of it.
What were we talking about before I brought that up?
Unfriended in the blender. I don't know.
I made a joke about throwing a ghost in a garbage disposal. That's right.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that. Remember when that happened?
Yeah, we'd all be under we'd all be under our blankets.
Good times, am I right?
We'd all be.
That was forever ago.
We'd all be under our blankets.
Correct. Okay, so another thing, and this was kind of a given, but I think it's interesting. It actually was filmed during the coronavirus, so it wasn't like. Well, I mean, so premise-wise, it made sense that it'd be recorded during the coronavirus, but that means that all of these guys were separated from each other and recorded this movie, which is impressive.
How do you direct that?
A lot of stuff is canceled. Like, a lot of TV shows are being canceled because of coronavirus, so that's pretty impressive.
Right. Have you seen that? I don't know which show it was, but they couldn't film the rest of the season, but they'd already like filmed bits and pieces of like the last episode, so they just aired it with like computer animation filling in the missing scene.
No.
Oh, it's glorious.
I gotta look that up. Hold on. Hold on.
And they make it like a comic book.
I don't even know what to
thing.
search.
I have not seen that. That sounds.
It's incredible.
So weird.
I don't even know what I searched to find this.
Coronavirus show.
Oh, it's Blacklist.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's an interesting animation style.
Put it in the Discord chat so Flesh can see.
Okay, I'll put a clip. I can't show it on the episode, and we won't like watch the full thing or anything. But I'll put it there I'll put it in the description for anybody's curiosity. Let me mark it so I actually do it.
Just
mark. Okay.
That's television history right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's definitely. I don't know what what the lighting is going on in this, or if that's just the render. I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
Wii games be like.
I hope this isn't the series finale.
I think it. Oh, I hope not.
Oh my god.
Oh my, the render's bad. Oh, I'm looking at a clip of this. The lighting is really, really bad. I think they like rendered it without lighting.
I mean,
I feel like they could have got a better animator. It looks like a video game.
I mean,
well, so it's fine if it's like limited animation, like whatever, but like this is the season finale. You guys couldn't have put like a couple more dollars in the animation fund?
It was fairly last minute, I think.
I mean, that's fair. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I
mean,
so there's that.
TV budgets already are pretty low, right?
What's that?
Like television show budgets are already pretty low.
I mean, yeah, they're shoddy, but like the Blacklist has been going for several seasons. There's no way that they didn't have enough money to throw at an animator to make a decent episode.
Yeah,
they have a lot
like
of money.
Like you said, they're
now.
just trying to get it out quick.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's fair. Is that episode even out yet? Maybe.
I saw someone tweet about it like a few months ago.
Oh yeah, the article was in May. It definitely already came out by now.
Yeah.
I can't imagine too much praise. I'm sorry, we're trashing on the Blacklist. I'm trashing on the trash list. I called it the trash list. I'm gonna take a nap.
And that's what the host was about.
Right.
It's just Host, actually.
Is an animated last episode of.
There are now 3 movies to get confused with Host. There's The Host, the 2008 Korean film, then The Host, the 2013 Stephanie Meyer film, and now this Host.
And now the Blacklist.
Just get them confused. Host, the Blacklist.
Host, but the names are so similar, and so are the plots. They're not similar. Let's see what else. So part of the script was actually redacted, so that the cast didn't know what would happen throughout. Certain things were pre-recorded and played back for the cast to get their genuine reactions.
Oh, wow.
That is actually interesting. I'd imagine they're probably referring to, what was it? They're probably referring to the scene where What's-Her-Face flies away for a second.
Oh,
I definitely,
really?
you can tell that's pre-recorded, but...
Her name started with an R, didn't it?
Well, I think Haley is the one that flies away, and she's sitting in the chair.
It's the guy's girlfriend that everybody hated for 5 minutes. She like flew away at the pool or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, she like floated up, and then her neck broke, I think, and then she dropped.
Yeah, she got hanged.
It was pretty brutal.
hanged.
Who had like the more violent death? I think it was the girl with the attic or something. I'm sorry, it's been a little bit since I've seen the movie, and you guys just watched it.
Caroline, yeah.
Yeah.
That surprised me. That shook
I'm gonna
me.
look so
That
stupid.
was a good reveal.
I'm gonna look so stupid when this comes out. Yeah. I've always been a big fan of like the trope where they are clearly looking at a ghost and they just don't see it.
Yeah.
I've always been a big fan of that. I don't know why. It's not like it's like a cool thing or anything, but I think it's like, oh, we're seeing something they're not. Whoa.
Have you seen Ghost Watch, Parker? Or Flesh?
No.
Have I seen
Ghost Watch.
Wait, Ghost Watch?
Yeah.
Oh, the Halloween
The
thing
British Halloween
that everybody
thing.
cried over?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I did a live reaction to you about that movie.
Oh yeah.
Everybody go watch Ghost Watch at all times. Just have it on a loop in the background.
Yes. Halloween is the perfect night to watch that. It's fucking fantastic. But yeah, they.
I'll explain it.
Oh. While watching this movie, I was kind of wishing I wish it was more like Ghost Watch, where they'll have just like shots where there is something and you see it, but then nobody on screen like actually acknowledges it.
Yeah.
Well, so I'll kind of like briefly explain what Ghost Watch is, both for Flesh and for the audience. So, Ghost Watch was when did that even come out? I have the thing pulled up.
1990.
It came out in 1992. and it was a television premiere, and they were essentially masquerading it on BBC like it was a real-time like investigation of this haunted house where a family lived. And as it turns out, it's actually really spooky, and BBC basically didn't tell anybody it was going to be spooky. They just, like, it looked like it was going to be a fake, but it was, like, a pre-production. There was actual, like, horror stuff happening in the background, and they showed, like, the hosts implied being killed off and creepy voices and stuff. It's not amazing, like, well, it is amazing to me. I'm, like, for most people watching it, they might not like it as much as we do. But like Sam was saying, there's a lot of shots where there's something in the background that you have to catch yourself, and sometimes they'll never mention it, but sometimes they'll be like, whoa, did you see something there? And they're like, no. But if you watch closely, you'll be like, oh crap, there it is right there.
Yeah.
They actually got a lot of upset phone calls after that, because a lot of kids were traumatized after that.
Because they said at the very beginning, this is fake, and then never again during the entire broadcast.
Yeah.
So, like...
Well, not only that, my favorite trivia about Ghostwatch is they had a phone line set up. In the show, they're like, we have a phone line, call us if you see anything. And basically what would happen if you called is you'd get a voice that's like, oh, this is all fake, don't worry, nothing happening here is real, right? But near the end of that broadcast, stuff was getting real. Like, voices were distorting, and people were going crazy, and all of these people were calling in, and BBC didn't expect the volume of people that were going to call in. It got so bad that when people called in, when they were supposed to hear the message that was like, oh, no worries, everything's fake, they gotta, like, this is busy, we're not able to take the call. And that was during when they were having technical difficulties. And so at that point, even more kids thought it was real, because they're like, oh, I got a call, and then they called in, and they just heard, no, you can't call this person. And so kids were freaking out all over the UK. It was crazy. I know, it's my favorite part of that. Like, as if things couldn't go worse for BBC in terms of how people were taking that movie. Or, I mean, that broadcast. But yeah. We've trailed off a lot of times. This is pretty natural at this point.
Yeah.
Let's see. In order to get the cast worked up... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
So this one's kind of interesting. It says, in order to get the cast worked up before certain takes, the director would make them watch horror movie clips. Which is interesting.
Oh.
Does it list which ones?
It does not, unfortunately. But I'm sure that they might do an interview at some point and talk about it. I hope they do.
Yeah.
Maybe. I should have looked it up beforehand, but... I mean, it would get you tense, I think, if it's a good horror movie clip.
The Cat in the Hat. Scary.
That was such low-hanging fruit. I'm sorry.
This last one's a bit long, and I'll get it out of the way, and then we can... So it says, based on a short film by director Rob Savage that was done as a prank to his friends, where during a Zoom chat he pretended to be attacked by something in his attic, but he didn't inform his friends about this in order to get their genuine reactions to it. The video was released online and went viral. Rob then approached Shudder about making it a feature-length version. Really?
I did not know that.
Hold on.
I
Rob
did know
Savage
that. I looked into it.
Short film.
I would like to watch that.
I think he's done a couple, so it might not. Let me see if I can find the name for it. Hold on. Rob Savage. Let's do, I don't know. Zoom prank, I guess. I don't know. Maybe. Horror director terrifies friends with elaborate Zoom prank. Oh, interesting. The article came out. They must have recorded it really fast, because I guess the article in which they like talk about it came out in like April or something, or March.
Oh shit.
So I mean, they only filmed it in a couple months, it looks like, which is impressive.
Yeah.
Well, if I get the name of it, I'll drop it before the end of the episode.
Cool.
Yeah. Do you guys have more thoughts about the movie that we haven't talked about?
Well, I can go on a little bit more. I did look into that, the prank, and he was actually like most of the people, I guess, in the movie are his friends that he did pull the prank on.
Really?
They're like in that Zoom call. Yeah, like I know for sure Gemma, Haley, and I think her name was Emma. For sure.
Okay, hold on.
They were in his prank Zoom call.
That's cool.
And he actually, yeah, I know, like they're his real friends, and then their names in the movie are their real names, in real life.
Really?
Yeah. So
That must have been horrifying for some clips. I definitely think. Like hearing your actual name. I think you get more of like a visceral reaction from people when you use their real names and stuff like that.
Definitely. I wonder if they're actors or like if they're real actors and actresses. I didn't look into that, or if they're just his friends. Actually, I think Teddy is a stuntman, and that's how they were able to do that scene where his wife is like pulled into the air. I guess she's maybe a stunt person too.
And how he could be on fire.
Yeah, and the fire part too.
That was a good effect.
That was a good, like...
Because you see it get on his face and him
made
flinch.
sure to...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They made sure to keep it, like, as believable in terms of that as possible. Like, they didn't cut away at any point. Or maybe they did. I don't remember. It was a good effect, though, whatever they did to get it to work that well.
I think it freeze frames, like, on just him on fire.
Yeah.
It just freezes.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. But I think it definitely is subtle enough that you don't notice it right away, at the very least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to say...
Yeah.
I think the concept, like, of the demon is cool. I hadn't really heard about it before.
Yeah.
Like, how... Like, if you make fun during a seance and create a new character, like, a demon will come in and possess that character you just made. I think that's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and I was thinking that too.
Like...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no. You can go ahead.
No, I really didn't have any. I think Sam kind of said most of what I was going to say. So you can go ahead.
I was going to say, there's actually like an entity called a Tulsa. They didn't say the same in the movie, but so I don't know if it's the same kind of like spirit, but you can actually bring like a legend to life if enough people believe in it. So like when she's telling the story, she's acting really good and all of them do believe it. And so Tulsa just comes from it exists from other people believing in it.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a Tulsa or like you said, it came through the spirit world from her disrespecting them, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think that's a really cool concept, though, of, like, making up something like that and then just something going like, oh, okay, you want that to show up? Sure, man. I can do that. I will say, Sam, since we both like Rec, I'm also looking into this video, which I'll post a link to. He posted the whole thing on Twitter, too. Copy link. If you'll notice, it's only 2 minutes long, so it's not like a short film length or anything, but... At the very end, the clip he uses for the jump scare is actually from Rec. He takes the scene where the demon child pops up and tries to attack the cameraman. Let me see if I can get like a timestamp. It's at like 1:20 in that video.
And what is Rec? It's a game? I've never heard of it.
It's a Spanish found footage movie.
Oh.
It's really, really good.
It is.
It's like... It's one of my favorite found footage movies, and it also is one of my favorite zombie movies.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah.
That one's super good.
Okay.
I mean, if there was ever a way to pay homage to Rec, it would definitely be through a found footage prank.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it looks like... I'm not going to watch it while we're recording, obviously, but it does look like he pranked them pretty good.
Yeah.
They're all like, oh, man, what was that? I mean, look, I hope none of them have seen Rec, or else that scare would be a lot, lot worse.
I'd be like, hey.
You can kind of tell. You can kind of tell without, like, looking up that it's from Rec, it does actually look like this, like the sets from that movie.
Yeah.
If you've watched it, and you're like, oh yeah, that, yeah. Yeah. Do we have any final thoughts about Host 2020 Shudder exclusive?
I've been hearing strange knockings. Any of you been hearing that?
Don't say that. I'm leaving now.
I will say, if anybody gets a Shudder free trial for any reason, this movie's definitely a reason to watch it.
Yeah.
I think Shudder's good at having a lot of very middle ground horror movies. Like, I won't say nothing on there is good, but I definitely think they're good at having some of the mid-tier horror movies that are just fun to sit down and watch with people.
Are you talking about the Shudder originals or just in general?
Just movies in general. I mean, like I said, I'm not saying there's not anything good on there. I think they're really good at putting on movies that you can just get together with friends and some popcorn and just watch.
Yeah.
And it's a low risk kind of thing. I think they just have a lot of good mid-range, like, chill, like, you want to watch a horror movie, but you don't want to pee your pants the entire time kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they also have some really good cheesy 80s horror movies on there too, which are definitely going to come up in future episodes.
They also like, the reason I really like Shudder is because they have a lot of horror movies that you can't really find anywhere else streaming.
Yeah.
Like Tetsuo the Iron Man.
Ring. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
I got something in my throat.
That too. Don't they have a sequel too on that?
You know what? Oh yeah, they have Ring. They have Ring 0 and then 2 and 3, I think.
Yeah, I saw that.
Sequel podcast, methinks.
I know. I mean, we could. Hell, it's on there. We might as well, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna check it out. I have never seen the original Ring, and I've heard it's scarier too.
We actually did. That was our last episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a good movie, and like I said on the podcast last time, I think you can definitely see where like it's inspired other horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think that's one of the horror movies where I don't think it's aged as well as some other horror movies from that decade, but I definitely think it's still fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
At the very minimum.
It's not phenomenal, but still just like a good time.
Yeah. You get a lot of the tropes you'd expect in that movie.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I guess,
but it's still fun. It's still a lot of fun to watch.
I guess it also started some of those tropes, for being fair.
It did, yes.
Oh.
It started a lot. It started the J horror like genre as a whole, and it also inspired a ton of US movies. Like, you can just tell watching it, like, that one predated a lot of the movies. So if you're watching it and you're like, oh, I think I've seen something like that in this movie, it's most likely that this movie's probably predated whatever movie that is. So it probably took a lot of inspiration off of it. But, yeah, it was a good movie.
So welcome to our Ring discussion part 2.
I mean, it's funny because we didn't talk about it that much at the beginning, and now all of a sudden we're talking about it again even longer.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's all right. Host.
That wraps up Host.
Do you guys rate the movies, or?
We could do that. That's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
What would you rate? So, do we want to do it out of 5 or out of 10?
I think 5 is good.
Yeah.
5 works for me. How about Flesh? Like I said, since you're the host, why don't you go, or guest? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna pass out. Guest, you can go first.
Well, we are talking.
I don't have my fan on, and the heat's getting to my brain.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go with a 3. It was really good. Like you said, it wasn't trying to be the greatest horror movie in the whole entire world. But for a lot of like the concept, maybe a 4, because for the short amount of time that it took, the concept of it, I think it was really, really good, enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Me too.
Sam, what would you rate this movie?
On Letterboxd, I rated it as 3.5. If you asked me to go whole, I'd probably push it up towards 4. It's. I've seen a few found footage horror movies, not enough to like be an expert, but comparing this to the ones I've seen, this is like on the better half of it, and it actually gave me some shivers down my spine, which I always like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was better than I expected.
Yeah, I think to me, so I'm gonna give it a 4 also. So we have a unanimous 4-star or 4 skulls, I guess you could also do.
Nice.
Ooh.
But I think, thank you. But I think, like the movie, so the trailer and the description and everything didn't try to sell it like you guys were saying is like a huge, like super scary movie. It sold it for what it was. And if you know a lot of like the back production part of it, like what went into it, it's a really impressive what came out of it in terms of like all of them recorded separately through Zoom. Some of the reactions were genuine and not all of them are actors. I think all of that together is like, wow, this movie's really impressive when you think about all that. But even on its own, I think it's like a super solid horror movie. So definitely a 4 for me. So.
Yep.
All right.
So I guess
we need to thank you for introducing
solid.
ratings.
What should our
yeah, collectively 4 stars.
What should our rating system be?
I was thinking either stars or skulls. I think skulls is it works.
Yeah.
How about I'm trying to think of something funny.
Or potatoes. We can do potatoes. 4 potatoes out of 5.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Have 4 potatoes on the screen.
Get those skulls out of here.
Have 4 potatoes on the screen, and then I'm eating them as the podcast goes on.
As we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, they gave host
potato.
They gave host half a star. Jeez.
No. They gave it half a potato. You don't understand.
There are multiple bite marks, so it looks like half a star.
There you go. All right, cool. So we're now in the portion where we're going to focus a bit more on our special guest, FleshWad. I have a few questions. If Sam, do you have any questions right now, or do you want to think of them while we go?
I'll think of them while we go. Continuing
I have very base level questions.
Okay.
None of them are like super invasive or whatever. It's basically so you'll get it as we go along, basically.
All right.
So, FleshWad, like you said earlier, you are a horror YouTuber.
Yes.
What kind of content do you do? I mean, I know, but for everybody, for people out there.
I do a lot of different things. I'm trying to get back into just mainly creepypastas. I think that's what my channel is known for. I just really like to read scary stories and then make scary drawings to go with the story. I find it really interesting to kind of make like a visual for some audio.
Yeah. I've seen the where you do speed paintings in the background, and I definitely think it works for it, especially if it's like it themes with the episode well.
Yeah.
I think I jumped in and watched a couple of your videos after the Yummer situation.
Oh yes,
which is how
believe we met
me and
through
FleshWad
Yummer.
Oh.
met.
Thanks.
Which
thanks,
is an
Yummer.
episode I'm technically in. Cough cough. Kind of. Yeah.
How'd that happen? How did Yummer?
I just saw Parker's tweet on Yummer, and I was like, "What is this?" I mean, SpongeBob is, I think, everyone's childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was intrigued, and then I also saw that Parker did art, which I love art.
Woo.
So then we followed each other, and I even commissioned him to draw my meat man.
Yes, and I am still thankful for it.
He came out amazing.
Thank you. I do feel bad for that tweet in general. Well, I mean, I don't feel bad for it. I'll explain. Basically, I had watched, if you guys know who Oddheader is, he just does a lot of videos on like Easter eggs and stuff people find by going through files and games and stuff. And he was talking about Yummer. and I had just made a general tweet like, oh, for those of you who don't know, this is a thing. I didn't expect it to get as many likes and retweets as it did, but it's now my most popular tweet. And I felt bad originally because I was like, crap, I'm just circulating the same kind of thing he did. But he did reply to some of the stuff I said and did tag me in one of the announcements, which was really cool.
Wow.
Cool.
But I tried to keep it updated with information because I jumped into their Discord and like the Discord they were using to investigate everything. I tried to throw out information when I could, but yeah. That's how me and FleshWad met, and I was like, hey, we got a podcast. Yeah, let's see. So
this is my first podcast I've ever been on, actually.
Woo!
Thank you, guys.
If it makes you feel any better, this is, I don't know, like my third podcast. I think I've been on 3. I've only been like a guest on one of them. I think I've run another one, but yeah, it's exciting. I'm hoping it gets you more people, like more eyes on your work.
You'll get at least 22 more
because it's good.
people.
You make really good videos.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, 20 more people.
You'll get 0.5
Nice.
more people.
But like I think like the narration and everything all really work well together. It's fun. They're good videos and everybody should watch them.
I'd like to make a confession.
Yes.
I did not watch any of your videos. I meant to.
Wow. Shame.
I'm leaving right now. No.
No.
It's okay.
Rest in peace.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so what was there anything that drew you to making videos, or even like a content creator you watched and you're like, oh, I want to do that?
Yes, big time YouTuber, also an artist named Lavender Town. She's like one of my biggest inspirations. I really love her content and her art, and her videos. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, they have cute art.
Let's see. Do they?
Yeah, this is super cute.
Do they also do creepypastas and stuff like that?
She has.
Oh, nice.
She does it's called Creepy Drawsta. So she also draws. She actually got me into doing that more often. I really enjoy when she has like such a soft voice. It's like very peaceful, even though she's telling horror stories. And I think I got a lot of my audience from her. I did mark it as Creepy Drawsta when I saw her doing that, but I kind of stopped doing that because a lot of people were calling me like a copycat. So I just kind of distanced myself from that. But I still do the creepypasta readings and drawings. I just don't market it that way.
I feel really bad because I've seen, like, I won't go into it if you don't want to go into it, but I've seen like a lot of people who try to go into either doing like speed drawing and scary stories or even just scary stories. There's all these people that show up that like go, oh, well, you're a copycat of insert person here. And it's like,
yes.
Who cares?
Yeah.
No content ever is original.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I just like always hit it back with, I'm inspired. I think the only time you can copy someone is if I take her art, put it in my video, her voice, put it in my video, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
An exact replica. Otherwise, it's all inspiration.
Well, and I think even if you were doing a similar art style or even just how you're speaking, I don't think that's an issue. Like, I think a lot, like, I don't want to call anyone out because it's not a call out at all. Like, Nexpo, or Nightmare Expo, a lot of people for forever called him a Nightmind copycat and I can definitely, like, voice-wise kind of hear where they were coming from on that, but I mean, that's not anything he can control.
Yeah.
But he's spiraled into like a really great creator after that, who's really distanced himself in terms of style. So, joke's on them. Let's see. I don't think I have much more. Where do you get a lot of your ideas for content?
My brain. I just have like a lot. I write down every single time I get an idea. I try to write it down. And then a lot of times it's just whatever's going on. Like my last video was a Fall Guys themed creepypasta because Fall Guys is getting like really big. Yeah. So I mean the world too influences me.
That's cool. That's a good way to do it.
Yeah, like your Yummer tweet, you know, I was like, okay, this is cool. And I always think about my fans too. They're a lot younger, and I think this is what they're going to be interested in hearing, and I like to share. I actually did get a lot of hate for the Yummer video, but to me, I think I'm taking something that I've heard and I'm telling it to my subscribers who may not have heard of it, and that's just how I like to do things too.
Was it because it was like about SpongeBob and it was also a scary thing, or was it?
No, it was because I did watch all of Odd Hatter's videos, and I actually found him through, you know, your tweets, and I'm subscribed to him now. Actually, I really do like his videos, but a lot of the info was in like your tweets or the Odd Hatter's videos, and so I was getting called a copycat for just taking his information and sharing it more. And also a lot of comments on my voice as being the female Chills.
Well, that's why I was going. I didn't want to like bring it up unless that was an issue. But
no, that's the most commented thing that I get on my channel.
It's so weird too because it's so different. You have like a low, not a low voice, but like a low what am I trying to, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's not the same as Chills because Chills like pronounces things differently and has a different like speech like tone and everything like that.
Do you talk like you talk now?
No, I talk for my videos. I do like lower my voice. Like, okay, I can try it. I'll read that thing, the tweet you sent. So like, for my video, I'd be like, I've been hearing strange noises from my attics. I can't do it when people are listening.
No, that's
it sounds weird, but I do lower my voice and I speak a little slower. I think like if I'm speaking how I'm speaking now, I feel like it takes people out of the creepiness because I do talk really fast.
Yeah.
Right.
I like to talk slower to also pronunciate better. Yeah.
I was just about to say. Nope. Go ahead.
I've seen, like, I used to watch a few of those type of channels where they'd read creepypastas and stuff, and that's just like, isn't that just most of them? Like most of them just lower their voice and slow down so that they can enunciate a lot.
Yeah, in my older videos I talked really fast, really high pitched, kind of like my normal voice. And I didn't like listening to them. Like, I felt like people couldn't understand what I was saying. And I felt like it wasn't scary if I was talking like I sound like I'm 5. And who wants to hear a 5-year-old tell you a horror story, you know? So.
I don't...
Well, I do think it's important, like, in terms of doing horror anything, to, like, keep a more low energy. Just that's how it has to work. And also the, like... Even if you pronunciate things weird or just like slower, it helps them. I don't know. It creates less confusion or less chances for someone to go, wait, what'd they say?
Yeah.
Even if it's like, oh, they did that weird. They know what word it is.
Yeah, I actually don't get that too often that I pronounce words weird because I do not want to. So I'll go and try to research the word so I don't say it wrong.
Oh, that's good.
If
there
I
you go.
Can, yeah.
Let's see. I think I only have one more. It's pretty general, so I don't know if this. Let's see. So, what's your experience been like being a horror centralized YouTuber and artist, just as a whole?
Well, I feel like I always felt like I wasn't in a group. Like, I didn't know anybody else who did horror art while they read. I felt like very like alone until I got Twitter, and I feel like I connect more with the narrator side than the art side, even though if I was to choose one, I would go art. But yeah, I always felt kind of like I didn't really fit into either category until recently when I just kind of stuck with the narrator side.
Yeah, that's really cool. I think it's hard to find, especially when you do two things at once, it's hard to find a group that's like that can help you or like that you can get closer to the most. So I think it's cool that you were able to find that.
Yeah, exactly.
Has it been an overall positive experience?
Yes, yeah. Actually, my channel kind of blew up like 2 years ago. It's kind of died down. Life gets in the way, and YouTube is like very
right.
You gotta be on the beat like every single video. But I would say overall, I mean, getting to share my art with even if it was 10 people, I'm still happy people are seeing my art and connecting with it in that way. It's very, very cool.
And
that's a good mindset to go into it with.
You work mostly digital, right?
Yes, I have done traditional. I don't like to film it for YouTube mainly.
Yeah.
Just because I use my phone camera, it doesn't look that good. But yeah, I love doing digital art. I think you can be a poor artist with digital art. You don't have to buy supplies.
Yeah.
That's what I love the most.
I have trouble with digital art, to be honest.
It's not easy. Like you have to you definitely have to get used to it.
There's like a disconnect you gotta account for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think of like the two in terms of I'm a very sensation type person, so drawing physically like feels better to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, obviously, I do more digital because that's how I achieve any of the things I draw. Both are hard. Both are very hard to get into. I'm very new to art, so it's
a
hurdle.
What got you into art, Flesh? Like, did you just draw since you were a kid, or?
Yeah, I have always been like in art classes like since I can remember. And then I think I had a friend actually. He was making gaming videos, and I wanted to do that. But then the editing was it was more fun to play the game than to edit it.
Oh, yeah.
So then I was like, you know what? I haven't drawn in a while. I'm going to draw. And I actually was drawing with the mouse for like the first few videos before getting my tablet. And yeah, I just stuck with it. Like I could just speed it up and I didn't have to go through and edit out my voice. Until I started doing voiceovers, of course. That's my least favorite part of the YouTube process is editing my voice. I hate that.
Editing a voice
surprises me that most people so many people like my voice. It really surprises me.
You have a nice voice.
I mean, it definitely works for the genre you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm about out of like really good questions, and I feel bad. I wish I had written down more. Sam, do you have any more good questions?
No.
Okay. I guess I do have one. So you were talking earlier about how it's kind of weird. It's hard to like find a good spot. What would like be your advice for people either who want to do horror narration or want to do art, like speed art, or maybe even both, like you're doing?
I would say definitely get some friends. Try to get into any crowd because it's always easier for support. Like I said, I felt so alone, and having friends even if they weren't in the exact same genre or whatever that I do, it still helps with the YouTube. Like it's a lot of work. A lot of people see YouTube as fun, but it is a lot of work behind the scenes and everything. So having people who also know what you're going through is very helpful.
Yeah. I think that's true for most things. Like, I think I wasn't as confident in doing horror art in general until I started being surrounded by people who also did that, and then it does help too to get to bounce off like ideas off other people. So like you see a technique or like a thing they're drawing and you're like, oh, that's cool. And sometimes you can even go like, hey, how'd you do this? And then they kind of show you and you're like, oh, okay. And so both of you improve off of it.
Exactly.
And I think a lot of people go the route of not interacting with anyone, and then it never changes, and it's like, I wouldn't. But all right.
Yeah. Friendships in the field are the best thing. Like, I feel so much better. And I do have art friends too, and seeing their art also inspires me. Like you said, yeah.
It's definitely also
All right.
It's very helpful to get that like response, like where you know this person is going to be genuine and honest with you, and then that makes it when they say like, "Oh, this is great," it makes it feel even better.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, I don't think we have any more questions. Do you have anything you specifically want like to talk about or say?
I don't think so. I think we covered we covered it pretty good.
New FleshWad Funko Pop.
Okay, good. FleshWad Funko Pop.
I was gonna try to make one actually. I bought like a girl who kind of looks like my character, but I never went through with it. Painting her.
You should get
and
some
stuff.
U2s.
Yeah, all of us hey U2s, give us all U2s, all of us.
Can't wait for them to hear this in like 3
years. We're
all
on very different scales of popularity, but give it to us anyways. They'll give U2s to just about anyone at this point. Have you seen like all those tweets where they're like, "Oh, give this random cow in a video, not like an offensive, like an actual animal. Sorry, like I don't know, like a dog. I'll say a dog, like a dog. Give this dog a U2s," and they're like, okay."
But didn't they make an actual U2s of the "Do you fart fish" meme?
Yes. I don't like to talk about that.
Oh my.
It's like,
It's a lot of like Minecraft YouTubers, I think.
and still the cringiest thing they've done is make a U2s of Call Me Carson.
We don't bring YouTube politics into this. We're not big enough for YouTube drama yet.
It's just like as soon as I heard the dumb bullshit he pulled, I was like, yep, that sounds like him.
Yeah.
Do you know about this, Flesh?
I don't.
I can't repeat it, but Call Me Carson is like this YouTuber who like made his Minecraft username into, I can't say it, but it's
just something offensive. We'll just say that.
Something about
killing
a certain group of people in a specific way that was awful.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just done a lot, like he's just kind of fallen down a rabbit hole of like cruddy decisions.
He's one
which I feel bad because I definitely think some of those things were joking, but I mean it's bad humor. But I think other things were just because everybody has a big microscope on him right now, and so any little thing, it's hard to not get attacked over those things. Which I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. I'm just saying that it's hard to be a person online with live streams when a lot of people are watching you and waiting for you to say something stupid you probably will say.
Yeah, definitely.
Good old PewDiePie, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. first guy that came to mind.
I don't think he does live streams anymore after that.
No.
Of course not.
He can't anymore. I don't know if you've seen that meme. I'll try to pull it up if I find it, but it's this thing that's like girls if they had time travel, and it's like, oh man, you're my grandmother, and they're like, oh wow, really? And it's like guys if they could time travel, and it's the guy who's like, look out, PewDiePie's behind that car. So he doesn't say the N-word. And he's like, oh thank you, I appreciate that. Oh man, if I have it, I'll have it up there, but I think a cool way to do it is if I have like a 4-person Zoom call, and then the like 4th image is like it
PewDiePie
has whatever the image we're talking about. No, not where I was going. Yes, now it's just gonna be PewDiePie for the next 30 seconds.
It's just that the entire stream, the entire PUBG stream is just playing at the bottom.
Just going on in the background.
Yeah.
I'm sure I wouldn't get copyright claimed for that at all. I'm positive.
PewDiePie being like, hey, that's me.
For you a lot, Flesh?
Huh?
I was asking, do you have issues with like getting copyrights claimed a lot?
No, I use for the background music, there's two people that I use mainly, and their music is copyright free, so you can, as long as you credit them. I did used to get demonetized a lot, until YouTube updated their monetization system. And also I learned a secret trick. I will tell you guys. Oh, by the way, I want to say, I hope you're not offended, Sam, if I say guys. I just say it like.
Oh yeah.
But you can tell me if you're offended, and I'll say
I'm
something
cool with
else.
that.
Okay, I just wanted to say, I just say dude and guys a lot.
Yeah, I do too.
I do too, and I always make sure, my whole thing on it is I will only say it until someone comes up to me and is like, I'm not really cool with that. And I'll be like, no, yeah, out of my language, completely.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, but, wait, what was I saying? Oh my gosh.
Demonetization,
Oh, yes.
sorry.
The tip. Okay. So the tip is when you upload your video, instead of scheduling it or instead of publishing it, you upload it as an unlisted video for a couple hours, maybe a day. And that will give them the chance to either demonetize it, or if it's been like a day and it's good, then it's good. It's not going to be demonetized. Because if you just upload it, it could get demonetized right away. Which really sucks. Yeah.
Hot tips from FleshWad, everybody.
Parker, are we even making money off of these?
No.
How does that work? When does that start?
It's usually, I don't know the exact, so I think there is a starting subscription amount. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's just been a bit since I've used YouTube like that. But you definitely have to have a lot more than our 25 views to be able to start getting money. I think even on my regular YouTube channel, I've gotten a couple thousand altogether, which isn't like a ton. And I looked at like how much money I've gotten, because I never put in like somewhere to send the money. And I looked at, I've only made like $1 over the last like 6 years.
Oh my gosh.
So if that puts it in perspective, Sam, no. The answer is we're not making money. Maybe one day. Maybe one day we'll make money, and then we'll both get 50-50, I promise.
You can get the 50 cents from the 6-year-old dollar.
Hey, there you go. This video's brought to you by NordVPN. No, I'm just kidding. NordVPN's sketch. Don't tell them I said that in case they actually want to sponsor us. But yeah, now's the time where we, as Sam would say, what is it? Something the potato.
Handle me the potato.
I just had this in my head. Now it is time to handle the potato. That's what we're calling this segment. It's basically where we talk about like what some of the things we've been watching or reading are, and suggest it to the audience. So personally, I'd really like to do this one because I just literally got back from watching a movie that I would like to discuss really quick.
Okay.
It's called Unhinged, and it's one of the first movies that have gone back into the theater. It's insane. If you guys like, I don't know, it's like, it's the entire time, it's crazy action and stuff like that. The guy who plays the main character is Russell Crowe, who's already great all the time. But he was really, really good in this movie. It's essentially about a guy, it's essentially about a single mother who is like taking her kid to school, and then a guy who just killed his family like shortly in the movie, is like driving next to her, and she like honks at him, and he's like, "Oh, are you gonna apologize for that?" And she was like, "No, why would I apologize to you? You're a complete stranger." And he's like, "All right, I'm gonna make your day suck." And she's like, "I don't know what that means, but okay." And so basically, he spends the entire movie, I'm trying to think of a way to describe it without spoiling it. Basically just making her day the worst thing possible, and not in like a, I don't know, not in like a let all the air out of her tires or anything, like more like kill people kind of, make her day terrible.
That sounds really interesting. Where did you saw it at the movies?
It's at the theaters right now. And like I said, the main character is Russell Crowe from Gladiator and many other movies. It's really, really good. I know IMDb says it's 6 out of 10, but don't listen to IMDb. IMDb's never right, except for when it is. The movie's really good. I didn't pay for this time to watch it, but I definitely would in general because it's a really fun movie, and it's a good movie to come back to theater-wise. You know what I mean? Like, it keeps you on the edge of your seat, and
you should send them that $1.
There's a lot of suspense and there's a lot of stakes. Movies are $1 in some places right now. I think AMC's doing 1950s prices.
Send them a letter with $1 and say, "This is the only dollar I've made off of YouTube.
This is the only dollar I made. Can I watch this movie?" I make $1 a year, IRS. Please believe me. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's got a lot of good acting in it, and it's not afraid to get gory and bloody. It does a lot, even frequently. And I think they spent their entire budget on the car crashes in that movie, because there are some seriously like hard car crashes, and they're like, they focus on them for a bit. So I'm like, oh yeah, they put so much money into these car crashes. Yeah, Unhinged, Russell Crowe, an hour and 30 minutes, so it's nice and I wouldn't say short, but it's nice and brief. It doesn't take forever to get to the point, so everybody go watch it. Yeah, that's pretty much what I've got to recommend. Also, once again, Immortal Hulk. Everybody read that.
Oh,
that's it.
Yeah.
That looks... Immortal Hulk is still my suggestion.
I've really got to read that. It looks so fucking good.
It is. It keeps getting better. I took a break for a minute, and now I'm back. And the second I'm back, it just gets better. Oh, and Chainsaw Man put out a new chapter, and it's yeah. It's just, yeah.
Samanovsky tweeted about that.
Yeah, that's where I saw his tweet, and I was like, oh crap, is there a new chapter? And then I rushed and read it. Okay, let's go. Sam, do you want to give your suggestions?
Yes.
Maybe one or two?
Yes. I've recently...
Alright, here's the potato.
How long did you cook this?
It's hot.
Ah, fuck. It's just like Teddy.
Oh, don't do that, Sam. Come on.
Hold on, let me throw this in the pool real quick.
Wow.
So yeah.
I hope you don't expect me to edit this potato to do anything like that, because I have no skills in that area.
Get Rob Savage to edit it.
Get Rob Savage in here and have him edit that potato.
Hey, we're doing a podcast that's gonna be seen like by 20 people. Can you do this for us?
Yeah, 20 people. Please tweet out at Rob Savage and tell him that we need him. Get the Rob Savage signal.
All right. So I recently rewatched 2 of my favorite animated movies. Because recently, Arbelos, I think is their name, remastered Son of the White Mare and Janos Vites. I think that's how it's pronounced. They're 2.
Let's hope, or you're gonna get canceled on Twitter.
They're 2.
You'll get canceled for saying something wrong, Sam. I'll cancel. I'll be the one canceling you.
No.
Hashtag Sam is over party.
Oh god, the K-pop stans. We'll rush to that. So they're,
imagine the fan cams.
They're 2 animated Hungarian movies. Janos Vites, I'll just call it Johnny Corncob from now because that's kind of its name. Is like from 1973, and then Son of the White Mare is from like 1982, and neither of them have had an English release, like a English speaking release, until just like a few days ago, literally. Because like they were never, subtitles were never put on them officially. And they're like, you can watch the trailers for both of them. They're 2 of the most, gorgeously animated films of all time in my opinion. They're really good.
Wow.
Johnny Corncob does have one not so great depiction of Turkish people in it. Just one scene where you question the visual choices. If
that's the sad part about like older.
Yeah, if you know what I mean. Luckily, Son of the White Mare does not have that. But yeah.
Hey, there you go.
You can on Vimeo Arbelos. Oops, sorry. On Vimeo Arbelos, put them up, and they're each $10. They're
there you go.
In my opinion, worth $20. So Arbelos is being very generous. And they also said they were showing some restored shorts. Oh, I forgot to mention. Cool. They're both by the same director. Who?
Okay.
He does not get enough attention in the West, in my opinion. Well, Hungary is in the West, isn't it?
Well, now he's going to get 20 more people's attention. So
hell yeah!
Everybody go purchase those and watch them.
Yeah, he's had other good movies. The shorts that are remastered include Sisyphus, which is one of my favorite short animated films. It's just like 5 or 7 minutes, and it's just a dude rolling a rock up a hill, but it's just very well animated, and I love it. And he also has a movie called Tragedy of Man, which is just really good. But that one is like 3 hours long. It's kind of a slog to get through. But yeah, that's what I'm recommending. Trying to think if I've read anything. Have y'all ever read any of Thomas Ligoti's stuff?
No.
He's
a
horror writer. My friend Perry recommended him to me, and that's another thing, I gotta mention Perry in every fucking podcast.
I think every episode you've mentioned Perry and no one knows who he is.
Yeah.
But you have mentioned like you made Sungazer.
Yes. Which
and you guys made the book together, which everybody go purchase that book.
Sungazer is also on Vimeo. It's also worth your money. And also the Last Nautilus is also, if I could toot my own horn, worth your money.
Right.
Yeah, Thomas Ligotti.
Everybody go buy Perry and Sam's book, all 20 of you.
Yes, and follow Perry and support him and shit.
I feel like we might get bigger one day, and we're just going to continuously keep saying we have 20 viewers, even though we have more than that.
Yeah.
That's why I think we should keep that joke up forever.
Yes, let's do that. Let's open the podcast next time by saying, hello, our 20 viewers.
What's up, 20 folks and gals and everything else?
Hello, our beauties, whatever we name them.
We could steal James Charles' thing and call them sisters.
Oh God, no.
No, actually, as soon as it left my mouth. All right. FleshWad, do you have any suggestions?
Well, I wasn't
on the spot. I apologize.
I wasn't done talking about Thomas Ligotti.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he has written some really great stuff. I'm reading Songs of a Dead Dreamer, I think it's called, and Grimscribe. And his stuff is very like there are things happening in the universe that humans just can't understand, and we're all just basically puppets in this big show. And a lot of the horror is just like things beyond our comprehension, and it's just really good. Like there's one story called Dream of a Mannequin, if I'm remembering that right, where it's just like from this psychiatrist's point of view. He's talking about this patient who dreams that they are becoming a mannequin, and then he slowly starts to realize that that dream probably has more truth to it than he'd like to believe. And it's just really good. Really good stuff.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, I'd recommend that. Thomas Ligotti. Ligotti. If you want like a bite-sized example of his stuff, there's a Current 93 song. That's the band, Current 93, and they recorded a song adaptation of a poem of his called I Have a Special Plan for This World, which I didn't know that was Thomas Ligotti the first time I heard it. It's a very fucking good song. It's like 20 minutes long.
Oh my gosh.
But it's just like, it sounds great, and the poem itself is just great, and so, yeah. That's free on YouTube if you don't want to drop money on a whole book to check out his work.
Nice.
I'm doing a thumbs up, but y'all can see.
I'll put a little thumbs up
On the potato.
How about that?
On the
A thumb potato. There you go.
The potato's slowly
All right.
replacing me.
You're asking for a lot of editing here, Sam. I just want you to understand that.
And the
There's a
potato,
lot of editing I have to do.
the potato's doing this complex dance move.
No.
And he's running through an
I can't do
alleyway
it.
holding a gun, pointing it and shooting it at a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And he's riding a lawnmower.
So many things.
And all you're gonna do
Oh,
is
man.
put "fuck you" on the screen.
Pretty much. That's pretty much what's gonna happen.
And now FleshWad.
All right. Yes. Again, I apologize for throwing you on the spot. If you don't have anything, that's totally fine. Do you have any movies or anything you'd recommend?
Yeah, I just finished watching on Netflix their new original, the Ju-on Origins, so the origins
Yes.
of
Oh,
Grudge.
is that the show?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I think 6 episodes. I think it's really short.
I haven't seen it. How is it?
It's really, really good. Some things
Is it?
I was taken back by, this stuff you see in that show. It's pretty out there. It's really good.
Well, now I gotta watch it.
You have to
I
watch
like
it.
the
It's super
the
good.
original movie. I want to watch it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the Grudge.
Yeah, I had heard about it, and I was just asking around. Do you think? I don't know. Maybe it was Perry, or maybe it was Minovsky. Is that how you say their account name?
Minovsky?
I don't know. Minovsky. I'm sorry. I was asking around, how much do you think you have to watch before you see this? Because I'd only seen the first one. I haven't seen the second one yet. And they're
Yeah,
like,
me
I think it's
neither.
just a prequel to everything. And I was like, all right, cool. Then I'm watching it.
Ah, cool.
I don't think it
So, yeah.
connects really. You don't have to watch anything else.
Yeah.
It's just standalone. It seems it was super good. And like I said, really fast because it was only 30 minutes long each episode.
Oh.
I mean, hey, then it's even shorter for people who are short on time.
I want to watch
so.
that even more now. Cool.
Yeah,
I know,
finished
it's on
it in a
Netflix.
day. Yep, on Netflix.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, there you go.
I binged it. Yep.
I can't binge shows. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Me
But everyone's
neither.
like, oh yeah, I spent all day watching that. And I think it's just the ADHD where I can't do that for that long. I don't know what it is.
I can only do
It
it
just doesn't work.
with short stuff. Yeah, with short shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. If it's a lot of bite-sized stuff over and over, I think I probably could spend an entire day watching horror trailers or just trailers in general. I mean, they're just short enough that you can just keep watching them.
I started Twin Peaks a year ago, and I got 3 episodes in and then stopped.
I got 2. I know people. I have been 2 episodes in, and I know everybody says it's a really good eventually, but it's such a slow
Eventually.
build.
And each episode's
I haven't seen it.
40 minutes. So it's you guys set aside
The editing
time.
really hasn't aged well.
Oh no.
Some of it's very much got that older TV show kind of
Yeah.
feel to it the entire
Yeah.
time. And I mean, it works, but it ultimately really is more of a soap opera kind of thing than it is a horror TV show. And I think the problem is for newer people, they don't know that, and so they get hyped up oh yeah, it's gonna be a horror, and then they go into it and they're like, why have we spent 3 episodes talking about these people's love triangle going on? I don't understand. The continuation series that happened a couple years ago, that one is much more horror than it is anything else. But
I've heard.
you have to watch 2 seasons of hour-long episodes in order to get to that point. So
Apparently the second season
Yeah.
is not good until the very end. 'Cause
yeah, it's definitely a very long-term commitment you have to make to yourself to watch that series.
yeah, but
so.
yeah, TV shows are hard to actually finish.
You either I heard somebody put it together really well, that you either sit down and you binge Netflix or you watch a ton of YouTube. I don't know many people who are both.
Oh God.
I'm on the YouTube end of the spectrum.
I'm on the YouTube end. Yeah.
That feels like a call out for me.
You really can't be. I mean, you can be both, but it's very rare. It's like finding an albino alligator or something.
That's a
It's
specific example.
Yeah.
Look, man. I'm sorry. No, just look. Look, I like alligators and I like albino animals, and so that's what I thought of, and I'm gonna stick with it.
I don't think I've ever seen an albino polar bear.
I think they would just have red eyes. I think that would be the only difference.
Oh God, that'd be so scary.
It's just like a photo. It's just like a photo negative polar
I think that's
bear.
that's the only way for a polar bear attack on yourself to be scarier is if they had red eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cursed.
I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna get mauled by a polar bear and be like, oh, at least he doesn't have red eyes.
Ah. Well, this would be a lot scarier if you had red eyes, dude. Okay, you need to get an upgrade.
I pull out contacts and shove them in his eyes.
Oh no.
Hold on, before you kill me, I need this to be cool. Or give it sunglasses and a Coke and see if it stands up on its hind legs and starts making commercials.
Oh, God.
One of the two is gonna happen to me. Damn it! If I go out polar bear, I'm gonna go out the right way.
I feel like that's very nostalgic of like early 2000s movie theater experiences.
Yeah.
They always had that
Now it's
commercial.
just like those weird AMC faces jumping around in a giant cup.
Hey,
I don't know what
quizzes.
their things are. It's weird.
you got
Quizzes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot. AMC's a lot. I could go into a whole episode ranting about AMC, but I won't. I will spare everybody from that.
give us the insider details.
I would, but I also don't want to get sued, so
Yeah.
I will not do that yet.
You have definitely never worked for AMC theaters.
Right.
Definitely never.
I've never once worked for AMC theaters.
You've never stepped into a movie
except
theater
I have,
in your life.
So, right, I've never been to a movie theater, specifically never been to an AMC or Cinemark or Marcus.
And you
I've never been to...
You never were given a paycheck for being inside of it and doing work?
Correct.
Never.
I've never done that for any of those three buildings, specifically. Or Chuck E. Cheese. I've not been paid by Chuck E. Cheese once.
Now, we could say that you have if AMC theaters were willing to sponsor us.
Right. Yeah, AMC, I don't know if you do sponsorships. Sponsor us.
Imagine like a podcast
maybe,
ad for
maybe
AMC
I won't
theaters.
reveal your dirty secrets, AMC. I'm sorry, that sounded like a threat. I'm not actually trying to threaten them.
What if
I
like
feel like I'm gonna get in trouble for
what
this
if like
episode.
McDonald's had YouTuber ads?
I think they did at some
Like-
point. Can you just imagine you're watching a YouTube Let's Play and at some point he's like, brought to you by McDonald's. I'm loving it. It's like, what?
Walmart
You're playing The Last of Us 2. What is this?
or like Walmart, Target.
Oh my gosh. Walmart would be the one that would try to get into the gaming scene that way. Well, I am out of topics. Sam, do you have anything else?
How about that new Batman?
Oh.
Have you seen a trailer for that, FleshWad?
Yes, I did watch it.
I'm pumped.
I'm very excited for Robert Pattinson as Batman.
It looks like it's
Yeah.
probably going to be very excessive with its like dark, moody kind of vibe, and
Oh, that's
I
fine.
really want that.
Batman's always been like excessively emo.
The worst thing it could be is like middle of the road.
Yeah.
So like I'm really hoping because
I
do you know about his logo on his chest?
Yeah, that's made up. Do you want to say it?
It's made from the gun that killed his parents.
Oh my gosh.
As soon as I read that, I was like, hell yes, sign me up.
It is a cool. I can just tell they're really going overboard with it, and honestly, that's fine. It works.
It was so perfect to give him black hair. Just
Oh, yeah.
Black straight
Yes.
hair.
He has like emo Spider-Man vibes.
Yeah.
In the third one.
Yeah, he does.
He's emo.
I thought he looked
He's
familiar.
wearing the Venom. He's wearing the Venom suit underneath. That's the real secret behind this movie.
That's the Batman suit.
I will say, I played the trailer in my living room after watching wrestling stuff. Don't call me out. And I was freaking out about it. And my sister's like, "You only like Robert Pattinson because he was in The Lighthouse," to which I said, "Correct." I am sad to admit I have not watched the other movies he's in, but he's going to be in Tenet, and I am absolutely going to drop money to watch that. So
he gets snubbed. I see him in trailers for movies. I'm just like, what? Constantly. You didn't say he was in those.
They never say he's in anything, and it sucks because I know it's because he was in Twilight, and they're like, we don't want that reputation near a movie. It's lame. He's a great actor. Everybody watch Robert Pattinson.
Can I tell you about my...
Not even a movie of him. Just watch him down the street.
Just watch him.
Going grocery shopping. Just watch him.
Do you hear that story about his stalker?
No.
No, now I feel really bad for making that joke.
No. He had a stalker, and so, like, he was just like, okay, and he went out and said, hey, let's go on a date. And then they went on a date. He just talked about how sad he was about things in his life, and then she was just like, I don't like you anymore.
I was about to say king move. And now I just feel bad.
It just made her feel so bad that she didn't want to stalk him anymore.
Wow.
Stop crying, King. You dropped your crown. You think he did that on purpose? Like, he's just so good at acting that he's like, I'm going to scare her away. And then did that, and they're like, no thank you.
Hearing about his interviews, I would not be surprised if it was just genuine.
Yeah, he's a little sad, but I'm hoping with all of his recent success, he's not as sad anymore.
He just seems like a genuinely cool dude.
He does.
Yeah.
He works well with people and, like, knows when not to take the spotlight away from others.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Did you see Colin Farrell in the Batman trailer?
Was that really him?
Yeah, he looks so...
Wait, who is it?
Colin Farrell is the Penguin.
Oh, really?
It doesn't even look like him.
It does not look like him.
I'm mainly excited for the Riddler being his enemy. I'm very excited for that.
Riddler.
I think that would be a good villain for him to... Especially with, like, how edgy and moody the movie seems like it's going to be.
Is it?
I think the Riddler is a really good option.
Is it Paul Dano? Because I saw someone talking about that. Okay, cool.
Paul Dano is the Riddler, and Colin Farrell is the Penguin.
And Robert Pattinson
I guess they're both
going to
be in this movie. Oh no, this is just Batman Forever again. Where they've got 50 different enemies and one Batman. The only difference is no Batman nipples.
Shame.
Remember that,
Shame.
Sam?
It's a shame.
Remember that, Sam?
It's a shame.
Do you know about that FleshWad that in some of the older Batman movies they gave him bat nipples?
No way.
On his suit?
Yeah.
They put nipples on his suit. You should look it up. It's my
favorite.
And
the opening shots of that movie are on the bat nipples and on his bulge.
Oh my gosh.
I want to watch that.
They really wanted to, like, show off his suit, but it really turned into, like, a homoerotic shot at the beginning, and I was like, what is going on right now?
I mean, I wouldn't mind it on Robert Pattinson.
I'm glad they didn't give everyone else bat nipples. Go ahead.
Did you see that tweet where someone tweeted, Robert Pattinson to me just looks like this, and it was the puppet from Interpol 1's music video for what's it called? What's that song called?
I don't know.
Evil? Is that just Evil? You haven't seen that music video?
I'm gonna smile and nod because I'm going to.
Hold on. What is it? Yeah, it is Interpol Evil.
I see.
Hold on, let me send you an image of this dude. Hold on, give me a second. Sorry. Alright, now I'm uploading it to Discord. So yeah, someone sent a tweet that said Robert Pattinson to me just looks like this.
Now I know what you're talking about. I think you showed me that music video. Oh man. I think what was the other thing I would... Oh, and then they came out with a trailer for Suicide Squad. Or The Suicide Squad. I'm so sorry.
Is there a trailer?
I didn't mean to get them mixed up.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, well, kind of. It's a teaser.
Ah.
It's got John Cena in it, and my favorite part of that entire thing is it's like a short interview with John Cena, and he's like, they told me just to come in and be a douchey Captain America, and he's like, done. He's just so ready for that role.
Who's he playing?
Who is he playing? Hold on. I don't know the name of Polka Dot Man is in that, by the way.
Oh yeah.
In case you're curious.
I love the concept of Suicide
me.
Squad. That's just like the worst villains from DC history.
Yeah.
And just giving them like an upgrade.
It is. Wait, what is John Cena's real name? Is it Joel Kinnaman? That doesn't sound right. No, what is John Cena's real name? Or is it just... Oh, no, his name's just John Cena. It's Peacemaker.
Peacemaker?
Peacemaker, yeah.
Ah. Wait.
I hadn't heard of him either.
Oh, I know this guy.
Yeah.
I only know him from Multiversity. I think I talked about that comic with you, Parker.
Yeah. Yeah, you have, I think. Maybe. I don't know. You definitely told me about it, but...
Yes.
All right.
Oh, there's pictures of him in the costume.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
Yeah,
cool.
He definitely works for it, and I think he could do it really well. I believe in him.
Is John Cena just a cool guy? Has he done anything questionable?
What's that?
I
I don't know. I know Ezra Miller's done questionable stuff, and he's still employed by DC. He choked out a fan on video.
What?
And they're still like, nah, we're gonna pay him still.
What the fuck? Maybe they're a DC villain.
All right.
Sorry.
No, you're.
That's an actual person that got choked, and I just made a joke.
It's probably fine. I made fun of Robert Pattinson's Stalker without knowing it was real, so we're all even, I think, at this point. So. All right. I think that's a good place to be done. What do you guys think?
Yeah, we got an hour and 40 minutes out of that.
Yeah.
That was a good talk.
Yeah, FleshWad, it was awesome having you.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was our first time getting to talk to you.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add you
Just
as a friend
know
on Discord.
it's an open invitation. Hell yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Just know it's an open invitation if you ever want to come on again.
Yeah.
Because it was a lot of fun hanging out with you.
We should definitely think of... Actually, okay, let me tell you real quick. There is a movie on Shudder that I was gonna watch. I don't know if you've seen it. It's called The Pool.
Ooh.
No, I haven't.
Okay, so it's in Thai, I think, but it's like this guy gets trapped in a pool, and there's like for some reason a sewer gate like at the bottom, and he gets trapped down there with an alligator or a crocodile, one of them.
This looks cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I was gonna watch that, so maybe if you guys watch it, if you like it, maybe that could be our next one.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, totally.
It looked really good.
I mean, we definitely don't have like a line of special guests on, so we'd be happy to have you on sometime to do that episode specifically.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I know we're wrapping up, and I apologize, but I don't know the name of the movie. I'm sure if I looked it up, I'd find it in 5 seconds. But it's a movie about these two sisters that get trapped under one of those like automatic coverings at like a public pool, and they have to try to survive until morning, but they're in like a pool, so they're gonna get hypothermia and stuff.
Ew.
I never finished it, but it was a super interesting premise.
12 feet deep.
And the whole night they hyped it up on TV. What is it?
12 feet deep.
Yeah, there we go.
Ooh, that's
It's
fucking scary.
It's a scary premise. I don't know if I watched the full thing through, but they did a really good job at like suspense the entire time.
Yeah.
That's what that reminded me of. But yeah, it was a lot of fun having you on. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you for joining.
Do you want to drop your YouTube one more time?
Just youtube.com /c/FleshWad.
Woo!
And do watch out for that official Funko Pop.
Yes, that will be coming who
soon.
knows when the release date is. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how our outros were. I don't know if we've ever really done a.
Yeah, I don't remember at all.
I guess we'll just. I think we just end it and maybe we'll just cut it off at a random point, like right about now.
Maybe you can have like music
maybe
fade
we'll just
in
end it.
right now.
Well,
just
that's
do
what I
it.
normally do. Like
We'll
I
just
had
cut and
have our
cuts.
voices
Sorry.
Yeah, just cut right
Parker,
now.
I can't.
Right now.
I can't
Parker.
hear you. There's
Parker.
music. Just it's so loud.
No.
I can barely hear
Got
you.
your AirPods in. Can you hear us over the music? It's too loud. They can't hear us. All right. Turn down the music, Parker. Thanks, guys, for listening. And catch us next time when we. I don't know if we want to say the guest now. We do have another guest lined up. We have a couple, I think. We do have one more guest lined up, but we won't announce that until it happens officially. So, well, it is official. I just don't know if it's the next episode. I guess that's dependent on what Sam thinks. What do you think, Sam?
Oh, didn't we already talk about this? We're gonna talk about
We did.
Yeah, should we say?
Well, we all agreed to do it. I just don't know if it's going to be the next episode. You know?
Yeah, but the next episode, didn't we say? Can we say what it is?
I don't. You can say it if you want.
Didn't we say it was going to be Ichi the Killer?
Oh yeah, next episode is Ichi the Killer, and then after that episode we have a special guest.
I mean, it's a mystery.
Yeah, it's a mystery guest. Who's it gonna be?
It's a mystery movie we're gonna talk about.
It's just FleshWad again.
you don't know what movie we're gonna talk about next episode.
I mean, yeah, you have no.
Is the episode still going? I've lost the thread.
I don't know. It's still going at this point. Yeah, everyone, thanks for watching. See you later.
You.
Peace. Bye.
Bye.
Everybody.